And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hafgezz, I'm here with Voa, and we are going into Game 3 of this incredible match right now between Fr0stbyte and Legion of the Octopope. It is amazing. How are you doing, Voa?
Yeah. I'm doing very well. Those were two very, very impressive games.
I forgot to flip down my mic. We're doing very, very well. The two games so far have been very, very impressive. Both times we've seen a very, very strong start coming out of Fr0stbyte. In the first game they were able to convert this into a pretty early inhibitor and then try to keep pressuring off that. And in both games, and then we saw a very, very good attempted comeback from Legion of the Octopope. They took the Baron. They took a really good team fight at Baron, but because of the inhibitor disadvantage, they were on the back foot and they couldn't pressure with it. And that gave Fr0stbyte the breathing room to recompose themselves, find their center, and then wait out the Baron buff and slam through in the mid lane. And in the second game, we saw Singed Bully Shen up top, and then we saw a damaged Shen Bully Singed, which was very sassy. And then they just took a very, very good team fight. Legion of the Octopope took a very, very good team fight, and they rolled 1-for-5 on it after a really extended engage, and took an inhibitor off it. And rather than rest on their laurels, rather than try to take a Baron and just raffle stomp from that point on, they decided, okay, pressure top lane while the mid pushes. And the second that any of them are out of position, the second that any of them step a foot over line, we take them out.
It was really tight play coming across. Both of these teams are showing some really, just overall good map play from the both of them. Mm-hmm. As we'd love to see to get these amazing, amazing games that are coming out. And really, I can't even call it right now. It is just so close between the two of them. And you said it all there, of course. Fr0stbyte have an amazingly strong start. Their bot lane combination of Fr0stbyte between Awesome Saurus Rex and Canarius, really, really strong. Amazing synergy. These guys clearly play a lot together, which is exactly what you want to see in this bot lane. Great synergy. Canarius landing some very crucial hooks as the game went on. But it doesn't mean that Octopope are in any way going to give up. They may take a slight back foot in the early stages of the game, but they can really fight as a team. They were, as I said, they were 0-10 in that last game, and they brought it back to a win. It was just incredible play. Maybe this time, what we'll be seeing is a bit more of a crunch from Fr0stbyte. I'd love to see Fr0stbyte right now take that early game advantage that they've still got, and actually be able to take objectives for it and really hard push them. The first game, they took the early advantage and did turn it into objectives, and they did get that inhibitor. The second time, they were 10-0, and through either lack of determination and focus from them, or just you can't let Octopope go unnoticed there was some great defense from them. They weren't able to convert it to objectives, and so Octopope were able to say, "We got this, bros," and had an amazing couple of team fights and brought it back. At the same time, I'd love to see that consolidation onto objectives coming out from Fr0stbyte. And from Octopope, I'd love to see some early game pressure and just a lot more power coming out from them in this early game. They can do it mid and late game. We know they can. They've shown it to us. They can team fight. They can do it. But in that early game, they're just falling behind a little bit. And I'd love to see them be able to just rectify those mistakes that they're making right now.
I think there's one thing Fr0stbyte need to do to win this game. Just one thing. They need to take Saurus Rex in the jungle, and they need to make him pick a jerk. A complete and utter jerk. Someone like Shaco, someone who goes into the enemy jungle and upsets them and makes their life a living hell. Because Galtrak is making plays, and Galtrak is showing up at the right place, right time. Shut him down. Take him out of the equation. The lanes feel a little bit weaker. And someone like Shaco, someone like, I guess Udyr maybe? I don't know how he is in the jungle anymore. But, he is someone who can show up at level 3 and upset you. He can come in, bash you over the head with the stun, and then tiger you to death. Someone to remove Galtrak from the game. Even commit your top laner to it while they're doing a buff or something.
Yeah, absolutely. One that's quite interesting that's not been seen at all is Jarvan. Where is Jarvan? He's not been banned. Lee Sin has been banned both of these games, and he is exactly that. He would fit the bill of exactly what you just described. But he's been banned, and so where is the Jarvan? That flag and drag combo, using the standard into the Dragon Strike to knock someone up, slow them down with the shield, and just keep a lot of pressure going on, along with the Cataclysm late game, just to finally shut someone down and say, "You are going to die, get in my walls, dunk." And we just haven't seen them. These junglers have favoured other champions. The Nocturne and the Elise, that sort of thing, that have just been so different. Fair enough. Aatrox is an incredibly strong jungler. He's got that passive to keep him alive even longer. He can start that Store's Blade without very much punishment at all. Huge sustain, and with that Dark Flight, amazing ganks. Absolutely. But I think that Jarvan might just fit the bill here.
It'll be really interesting to see what we get picked in the end. Who are we waiting on currently?
That's what we're just trying to figure out. I think it's Rogue Samurai right now. Just trying to get him in.
Rogue Samurai is ready, isn't he?
We'll find out now.
Or is he saying? Alright, Mega Crableg's team is ready. And Gigas Leviathan is ready, so we're just hanging around and having a chat for no reason.
Always nice to have a bit of banter back and forth.
Yeah, it's pleasant. It's pleasant. I don't know. Jarvan's really good. He's good top lane, he's good jungle, and I don't know why he hasn't been picked. I mean, obviously you want the Shen for the global presence, and they decided on the Singed for the counter push. Elise was probably just something that Goldrack was more comfortable with, and honestly, he made a lot of plays, and he was there an awful lot correctly when he needed to be.
It'll be interesting to see. One that would be quite interesting to pick up, who's supposedly quite strong at the moment, is Shyvana. A huge amount of damage can come out of Shyvana, and of course can be played in the jungle. The one disadvantage being that you can't really... It's hard to gank with her. She can counter jungle and everything, but the lack of CC is just such a pain. But we're into picks and bans here. On the blue side, we've got Fr0stbyte back over there right now, and on the red side is back onto Octopope, and we see a Singed ban. So straight away, here's some respect for Gaelic, man.
Or more, it's respect for that guy who runs at your AD carry and makes them have to leave the fight.
Yeah, that's also quite good.
And there's the Thresh respect ban, or rather, we don't want to deal with hooks this fight, thank you very much ban.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Canaris did play it really well. As I said, there was that mid-game fight where he completely knocked Mega Crablegs out of the fight with those two hooks. They did let him through last time, and this time they've gone, no, we're not having that again. More bans that are just seem to be following up from games here. Avidius is, as I said, his shockwave swung. I think it actually swung that entire last game.
God, yeah.
Consistent play by the rest of the team, but that one shockwave just wrecked it and really brought them back in. So that Orianna has to go.
That shockwave that we were like, why didn't he use it? Why didn't he use it? Boom. Oh.
That's why he didn't use it.
And Zedjack's Ari.
Yeah.
Make it. Or
Kassadin, I wouldn't be surprised.
One of them's getting through. Oh my god.
Ooh. Or what might be interesting is... No, Lisa. I was thinking it could be an Ezreal, but I was completely wrong there. There must be something I don't know about here. Muffinsaurus Rex's Lee Sin must just be godlike, because it's been banned out in every game.
Well, he wasn't in the first game, so...
Oh, he wasn't. Or it could be Canaris. They could just be really scared of Lee Sin. That must be something I'm missing.
My guess is it's the same thing as Singe. You don't want someone who can upset your AD carry, who can go in and make their life hell. What? That can't be a pick, that's a joke. But like Lee Sin can do the insect play, he can get behind the AD carry and he can flip kick. Oh my god, he actually picked Aurelia. That's
incredible! Look at what's open. We have a Kassadin open. There is Shen open right now. Ezreal, Aatrox, Jarvan, Kassadin again! What is this? What's happening right now? I have no idea. We have an Irelia picked up in the first pick and a Taric being hovered over right now. The Elise, I'm not surprised at. Goldrack played a fantastic Elise last game. Huge pressure. But we're looking at a bot lane pick. And I'm not even hugely meta. Corki is open. Corki has made it through all of these ashes being hovered over right now. These two teams really throwing something into the mix right now. No one knows what's going on.
It's the third game. Anything can happen, yo. To the third game where the picks are random but the kills are real. Oh well, Caitlyn makes sense.
Caitlyn, Crablegs has shown that he likes his Caitlyn. He didn't do so well on Jinx in the first game. Picking his more comfort pick of a Caitlyn right now, that's normal.
What?
Muffinsaurus Rex, we love the trolls, but this is ridiculous right now.
Come on, somebody pick a Heimerdinger for me. Come on, I want to see the Dingle Dongler before he gets changed. I love Heimerdinger, and I don't like his change.
Oh, his change. The Rockets are going to be interesting to see.
The Rockets are going to be OP as hell, and everyone's going to whinge about him, and then he's going to get nerfed.
And he'll be back where he is right now.
Yeah, nerf Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger OP.
We're looking at a Rammus pick.
Oh,
there we go.
Thank God.
Thank you. You're settling on that to make the shoutcasters feel comfortable here.
Thank God.
Muffinsaurus Rex might have just been clicking through his champion pool and gone, this champion hasn't got a big yellow red line through it.
Oh, Jarvan.
Yay! I was right about something for once.
There's 3 seconds for Osmosaurus Rex to make his pick here.
Varus. Varus?
Is that a random, or did he mean to pick that? I mean, at the same time, there's a lot of synergy between Jarvan and Varus.
Yes, Gaius, man. Bring out the donger.
Better goddamn pick that, or I swear to God, you're off my Christmas card list.
He's on your Christmas card list?
No, but I'll put him on and then take him off.
Oh, okay, that sounds
Off the
reasonable.
list.
There we go.
Not in mid.
This could be fun.
Alistair in mid?
Kennen in mid might be a little bit more
Sure,
usual.
why not? You don't want to pick 2 ninjas. That nerfs them. They lose 1 HP.
Do they?
One of the hidden passives, I believe, is that the more ninjas you have on
Same team?
more ninjas you have on a single team, every ninja takes -1 max HP for every other ninja.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I did know
Yep.
one thing that's really cool is with Jinx and either Caitlyn or Vi, if they're on opposing teams, if ever one of them kills the other one, so if Jinx kills Caitlyn or Vi, or if Vi or Caitlyn kills Jinx, they get +1 gold and a buff that says either criminals apprehended or officers outsmarted or something. It's quite cool.
I wish he'd pick Jinx now instead of this Varus pick.
Varus. I love Varus. Varus is he's my AD carry go-to in ranked. I mean, a load of CC, huge damage, massive range with that arrow, and of course the slow with the Blessed Quiver, but
and you get such an amazing trade. Anytime someone goes in to trade with you and they don't understand the fact that your Blighted Quiver has just stacked twice on them, and then you're like, and E, and you're dead. Because I
you're
hit 3
dead!
more times and Q, and then if you're still alive, I have an ulti. And Gigas Leviathan going in on this Lysandra. Interesting pick.
Canarius
Lulu's-
locking up the Lulu. He likes
And
that.
Lulu's a nice pick to go with Varus. I feel that it really does complement his kit. Like, he doesn't have any great escapes, so having that option of Gigantic is nice. The slow out of Lulu is amazing, which really helps combo early into getting 3 hits of your passive off before Blighted Quiver. Karthus, yes! Get paid. Get money, get paid.
I'm really quite shocked by the Karthus. Like, no assassins again. I love seeing casters in the mid lane. I love seeing counter meta stuff. But this is going to be interesting to say the least right now.
Janna gets picked up.
That seems right.
That's interesting because it means that you can push Jarvan and / Aurelia out of the Jarvan ulti. So, like, you're still trapped. Oh my god, you're trapped next to a Karthus.
Beautiful team play.
God, I just realized that.
It's
That's frightening.
This is going to be another one of those games. Like, this has been an amazing match so far, and I think everyone on stream can agree with us on this. Like, at the very worst, myself and Voa have been having a ball with this, but this game right here, an Irelia and a Karthus, just not mainstream picks. They're still incredibly strong, but it'll be really great to see those. And on the other side, we're seeing a Kennen in the mid lane. That's the only thing that's not 100% standard. We've got Shen top lane, Caitlyn Janna, very powerful bot lane, Elise jungle, great. This Kennen in the mid lane's a little bit different as well, and it should be great to see. One thing that's just, I have to pick up on, I've been saying it, and it has to go through. Kassadin has not been picked, Ahri has not been picked, Aatrox has not been picked, Corki has not been picked. Who else has gotten through who really should be?
Ezreal
Vayne's
hasn't been
incredibly
picked
strong.
by Awesomesaurus, which is, I think, a big thing. He's played Awesomesaurus in both the last games.
Yeah, he
So-
has. Yeah, he's played Ezreal in the past 2 games. Teemo and Heimerdinger have been left untouched, and they're overpowered. So you just got to be ready for them. No, in all seriousness, this will be really good to see. These, this is the final game, so whoever wins this game wins the match. These guys clearly, they've got to have something ready for this, and this looks like it's it. The comfort picks seem to be the ones.
I don't know, it really makes me feel uncomfortable, especially against the Teleport Shen. I mean, it's not the Flash Ignite Shen I was looking forward to, because maybe Gaius Man's not going to be as sassy. He's got to be a lot more sensible, a lot more conservative. He's got to put his money away into that pension, aka like the early Spirit's Visage or something against this Aurelia, so that he can sustain himself through the lane really, really comfortably, and when she hits 9, he can be like, I don't care, Vorpal Blade.
Absolutely.
But like, Aurelia, there's a pick you don't see very often anymore. She used to be so powerful.
She used to be. Nerf Aurelia, of course.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where people were, of course, making jokes saying you need to just take away one of her abilities altogether and then she'll only be balanced. And like take away her ult or something, that might make her somewhere on par with every other champion. Wicked, the top laner for the current top laner for Evil Geniuses, loves her. He plays the hell out of her in solo queue and thinks of Trinity Force and Blade the Root King being how they are right now. She is just really good to play. But we still see the usual teething problems that we have with Aurelia. She can't do very much until about level 9 when she's got one of her abilities maxed. And then, if she's not well farmed, if we see Galdrak doing what he does here, what he's done all match, with this incredible jungle pressure, if he pressures that Aurelia away, she could be just completely irrelevant. Now, we know Rogue Samurai is incredibly sassy. He's played Shen twice with a Trinity Force both times. And Ignite as well, which isn't 100% guaranteed here. On a Shen, it's not very common to see. In fact, he even took a Stinger in one of the games. I think he was building for a Zephyr or something. Incredibly sassy. Yep. And now he's going for an Aurelia. Now, this is a champion that Trinity Force Rush is an absolute yes on. It could just be his playstyle, and we could see something beautiful here. It would be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see just how these lanes come down. Obviously, Karthus taking exhaust, so that's 2 exhausts up and running on Fr0stbyte, which is really interesting because, like, if you can exhaust the Kennen as he's coming in, if you exhaust the Elise as she's coming in, their damage gets nerfed quite heavily, and they're still taking huge amount of damage. There's the sustained damage from Karthus, there's the sustained damage from the... not Vayne, Varus. There's the sustained damage coming out of the Aurelia? It's like sustained... like, the true damage she does is not to be sniffed at. It's 75 true damage a strike when she pops her... I can't think of the name of her W at all now. Well, it's her W anyway. Like, her sustained damage is huge. Her ability to resist CC is immense. 5% reduction in CC, and then it stacks with all the rest. Like, Merc Treads and all that.
Don't know if it's that huge, but it's a large CC reduction, which will be really good here against the Cocoon, the Stuns of Kennen, and the Shadow Dash.
And like, it doesn't reduce knock-up, because knock-up's like a unique kind of CC that physically displaces you. Which is why Nami used to be ridiculous, because you couldn't dispel her stuff because it's a knock-up rather than a stun, even though it's a stun.
She's still ridiculous. Nami's still incredibly strong, and it's impressive that we've not seen her. The Lulu's been picked twice over things like Nami. We've seen one Sona. It's they're definitely going for picks that they're comfortable on right here.
I think Seven Plague's first game was with Lulu, I want to say.
I think so, yeah.
Well, he was definitely Janna.
It was because it was Jinx Lulu in the first game.
Yeah, Jinx Lulu. I'm kind of sad to see that it wasn't a Jinx pickup instead of this Varus, and it's a Blight Crystal Varus, which isn't the super sexy skin.
I don't know. I love Varus. I had both of his skins. Arclight's good, but I went back to Blight Crystal. I bought Arclight as the first skin, and then I had to go back to Blight Crystal, and I bought that as well. And I was like, I don't know which one I love more. They're both amazing. Either way, we are now into game, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go, game 3. I'm excited.
By the way, it's 40%. That's her max CC reduction when 3 champions are nearby.
There you go.
Just did a quick check there. Yeah, this is going to be very, very important, very interesting. And Karthus hasn't bought anything yet. You can't just stay at Fountain all game, Karthus. That's in the late game. Oh, hello. Fairy Charm, Ward, and Pots. It's a pretty strong start for him. Very, very comfortable. And Boots Pots start for Kennen. Alright. So, do you reckon that Octopope are going to try for a really, really basic defense of their blue buff and just roll from there?
I reckon both teams will do that, really. Not going to see... neither of these teams pack an amazing level 1. Galdrak doesn't want to take that E. He doesn't want his Repel and Cocoon level 1 because it just reduces his clear speed so badly. And Guzman, similarly, he doesn't really want Shadow Dash level 1 either, because it makes his farming a little bit more difficult. Fair enough, it's not so difficult to lane against an Aurelia level 1, but he still doesn't want to put himself behind intentionally.
Oh, Scenarios almost gets caught out by Guzman there, but has the presence of mind to ward from like max range, which is just outside of Shadow Dash range.
Really
so now they
close.
know that they're defending their own blue buff, which means that Guzman probably thinks that they're going for the red buff, and it looks like they're all just gonna kind of filter in normally. Now Guzman is doing a flyby and it's fine. So yeah, what do you feel we can expect out of each of these lanes? I feel that the Kennen Karthus lane is going to be pretty lackluster until about 3, when Kennen will have 2 levels in Shuriken and a level possibly in Electrical Surge to get a secondary proc off it. I can try to go for those stuns. And top lane might be boring, or it might be incredibly exciting depending on how Aurelia works.
I reckon it'll be pretty much the same as we've seen all along. A lot of the action will come down to this bot lane, heavy ganks coming into the top lane, and the 2 mids, no one will get any kills until people eventually rotate out of the long lanes in for some towers and stuff. What we said would be a really passive 1v1 lane is already heavily aggressive. Rogue Samurai and Guzman are duking it out. They put each other really low, and they're getting ready for... Oh no, I was going to say Muffinsaurus to come top, but he didn't get his Smiteless off of his bot lane. It looks like we'll be seeing Galdrak going for that gank first after the red. It could be interesting to see who gets the kill there.
Yep, and obviously both of them in top lane have gone Doran's with a pot start, which means neither of them have any wards, which is pretty goddamn huge. Because like any damage that happens now is damage that will last out until the first gank, which Galdrak is getting ready to do. He's just cleared up his red buff.
Well, those early trades will be coming in very shortly. The junglers just finished off their red buffs each, and there's going to be 2 ganks going into the long lane. Jarvan's just prepping to gank the spot lane for Fr0stbyte, and Octopope is getting ready to gank the top lane. Sorry, Galdrak is getting ready to gank the top lane for Octopope. Lag coming
Guzman
in.
being a big lane bully on this Aurelia up here. Like, he's dropped her to about quarter health, and he's still at 3/4 himself, give or take, or about 66%. It's ridiculous. Like, his damage is so not quite reliant on key strike, but it benefits so much from the bonus damage, especially come late game. Like, you've Warple Blade key strike, you're guaranteed to win most trades if you're equal level, equal farm, which obviously this early on is going to happen.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for this Aurelia. She's going to get a really hard gank coming in now. A lot of crowd control is going to come out of Legion of the Octopope, and fair enough, she has that reduced crowd control bonus of her passive, but she's half health and an Aurelia. She won't be able to, 1v2 for 1 kill, saying worth afterwards, unless they tower dive, but I don't see that happening. So this could be really painful for her.
Bot lane could get real interesting. I mean, Jarvan is level 3, which means he has all his skills up. He's got his slow, he's got his knock up, he's got the damage boost for everyone around him with the Demacian standard. And also the lane is in almost perfect position for him to come in. He just needs to be wary of that ward from Octopope. If he's not wary of the ward, he's gonna be in trouble, because he's gonna give away his position, and Caitlyn can just stay well the hell back, get the Janna shield, and pop off last hits with that, and there will be nothing that Fr0stbyte can do about it, and Jarvan will have wasted his time. Mid lane right now seems to be going for Karthus going forward. I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna just take a quick look at that lane. Oh, Kenned's just letting the CS come in. So how do you feel that we're going to see the breakdown of this right now? Because it looks like Galdrak's going mid.
He is. He's actually walked straight over Karthus' ward there. I'm zoned in right now on this mid lane. Galdrak just walked straight into lane and didn't manage to get anything. He just pushed Giga Leviathan back a little bit and said, "Leave my Kennen alone." But
and this Jarvan standing right on top of Octopope's ward. They know what's up, and they don't want any of that today. Thank you very much, J-Man. And Galdrak hanging around in mid lane, just outside of vision range. Hanging around that brush.
They're trying to make things work here. Galdrak's trying to put in a lot of pressure, but too much safe play. Gigas Leviathan, his spidey senses are tingling, or his spidey detection senses are tingling.
Whoop, we got a DC.
Galdrak's out.
Could be another pause.
Yep.
It is a pause.
Irish internet too strong.
Irish internet so powerful. So I think that's been 3 DCs so far now. I think you might be a little bit ahead of me on time. What's your timer currently?
3:58.
Oh, I'm 3:58 as well. How odd. Well, no, it's paused. Of course it's 3:58. Never a goddamn mind.
God damn it. 27:30's on the pause timer right there.
27:30? Alright, I'm 27:25 now.
Yeah, there we go. We're at the same time.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, we're just waiting now for Galdrak to get back into game. Just a tiny DC. Both the teams being, plenty sportsmanlike in the chat. What's really good to see is that both these teams right now, they're just being so friendly back and forth between one another. They were both demanding that if it goes to a best of 3, that the final game has to be played on Dominion. They really, really wanted that Dominion match to happen. We might get a Dominion game going after this.
I think it was either Rogue Samurai or Omega Crab Legs was the one who was just like, I need that Dominion. I need my Dominion in me, son. But no, if you're playing 5-man Dominion, things get a bit wacky really, really fast. Especially considering there's different cooldowns, mana cost, and damage on Dominion.
I'm useless at Dominion. I'll use it if I need to, test out some sort of graphics change, or I want to play a new champion or something. Or
that's what they have bot games for.
Or if I'm drunk, that's when I'll play Dominion generally.
Yeah, that sounds like a Dominion time to me.
Or I'll play Olaf, for those of you who ever watched me stream as I was playing Olaf. Anyway, back into this game. We're still just waiting for Galdrak to reconnect. They're just chatting rubbish in chat. He's having internet problems, so we'll have him back in game relatively soon. Nothing big's happening yet. The farm is all really close. Waves are pushing one way or another. Both junglers have tried to go in for a gank, but to no avail, really. Wards have either scouted them out, or the gank's just not quite worked. And we're back to a heavy state of farming. One thing that will be interesting to see is, as we build into the mid-game, when these two teams group, you picked up on it absolutely there in Champion Select. Muffinsaurus Rex with Gigas Leviathan. If you land a Cataclysm with a Cartus inside that Cataclysm onto 2 members, or even 1 member, the damage is going to be huge. That person will most likely die. It's going to be incredible. And of course, Cartus is a huge late game beast. When he dies, he comes back, doesn't come back to life. He stays alive, being dead for that 8 seconds, so that he can get a couple more Skittles out and then throw up his arms and bring down the Requiem. Huge amounts of damage that will come out of him. And of course Irelia, late game beast, when she hits level 9, 11, 14, 13, gets that Trinity Force and the Blade of the Ruin King, she will start to rip people to pieces. It's going to be tough. Galdrak disconnecting.
Well, he was reconnected, but I think it was a shadow reconnect where it doesn't detect that you've actually properly disconnected.
Okay, there we go. So we'll get him back in as soon as possible.
One interesting thing I want to talk about in top lane is that Shen has bullied Aurelia. She is out of mana, she has half HP, but he's choosing now to go back. Like, I'm just gonna check his gold. He's got roughly 400 and something gold in the bank. He might be going for his boots. He might be going for boots wards. I can kind of respect that. That is something that you should be thinking about at all times, is increasing your movement speed with Shen and trying to make it easier to land better shadow dashes. But at the same time, I feel that if he stuck it out in top lane, he could freeze Rogue Samurai off the farm better. I feel like he might be being too aggressive. No, I know exactly what it is. It's him using Shadow Taunt is causing the minions to focus on Aurelia instead of on the other minions. So because of that, his lane is naturally pushing.
Ah, very good.
He's shadow dashing through. The minions are all focusing on Rogue Samurai. Rogue Samurai has to back out, and then the minions refocus on the other ones. Which means that... Wait, no, then the lane will be pushing the opposite direction. This makes no sense. Why are there 3 waves worth of ranged minions in his top lane?
Because Shadow Dash still deals damage.
Yeah, Shadow Dash deals damage, and then the ranged creeps will focus on the Aurelia. But when they focus on the Aurelia, that means that the other creeps should be taking... Oh no, they're probably trading damage to
No,
the
it still pushes the lane, because it then means that when all the minions snap off of the champion, they will latch onto the nearest target. And so suddenly, instead of having all the damage scattered and spread over the minions, they will all be focusing on one thing. So the lane will start to push. Plus, Shadow Dash right now deals 50 damage. Actually deals 52, because for some reason Ghostman has 4 ability power.
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? So his Shadow Dash deals that little bit more damage. Well, I'm just trying to source out where that's coming from. Oh, he's DC'd again.
Wait, how did he DC without reconnecting?
He did reconnect there for a short while.
Oh, he did. This is very, very confusing.
Hopefully get him sorted out.
Like, I've had ISP problems before, but this is just nonsense.
Irish internet. OP.
To be honest, when I run Shen, I tend to run him with my AP tank runes. I feel it benefits him more because all his stuff scales off AP, and having an extra couple of points here and there doesn't hurt him that much. Also, since a lot of his damage is magic-based, having magic pen stuff on him is very, very nice.
Yeah, hybrid pen mercs on Shen is very common to take if you are a Shen player, just because of those actual AP scalings. He deals hybrid damage overall. And, I don't know.
It also helps if you get a Sunfire Cape, because that counts as magic damage, so it helps with the pen.
Yeah, very true. Oh, that is very true as well. And I don't doubt that we'll be seeing Usman going for a more typical Shen build in this game, as opposed to Rogue Samurai's sassy Shen, I think we can safely call it.
This chat is getting really weird, by the way, that devolving into some kind of, I don't know, discussion about feminism, I think. This is very weird.
Got it shut down. There are a few bits of abuse being held across between the two teams. Just light-hearted abuse, but still could be taken as offensive, so I've just got it shut down.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Keep it PG, you know? Yeah, I'm sure we haven't been swearing that much. It's fine.
I think I swore once.
I've been like stumbling over myself to stop myself swearing, but that's fine.
That's all
anyway.
Good. I think my one outburst was absolutely allowed whenever Avinius landed that beautiful Orianna shockwave in that last game. I still think that shockwave was the turn of the game because of definitely how much it did.
Like the positioning on Fr0stbyte there was that they were almost all inside the box trying to get that Janna.
Yeah.
And then I think they all got blown back by the Janna ulti, but they got blown back in a cluster.
Yeah.
So Orianna just had to put the ball in the cluster and go
R. Right there.
Or RW even. I'm not a good Orianna player. That's why I WR. I'm a terrible Ori player. At the same time, it doesn't
WR
matter
is correct. It slows them.
Well, it slows them, but like you RW, so that way they're all in the center when they take the dissonance damage.
You'd rather slow them all so that they are definitely taking the shockwave. If you put the W down first, it means that they're less likely to get out of it. You will always WR when you're chasing somebody down, just to make sure that they're slowed that little bit more and they can't just escape the range of that shockwave.
Mm-hmm. I suppose, and it also means that your dissonance might be back up in time to do another attack dissonance if they survive.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm just gonna bravely show the chat here. Nope, absolutely regret doing that. I'm not going to do that again.
So now we're just waiting and waiting. I think we've been talking for 20 minutes. Is the pause timer 35 or 40 minutes?
It's 30 minutes.
Oh, so we've been talking for 10 minutes with nothing going on.
Either way, it's all fine.
Good job.
We'll try and get this game going as soon as possible. The lobby will shut as soon as we reach 000, which is a shame. But hopefully Galdrek will be back within the next 20 minutes so we can finally have this match come to a close. It's been an incredible match so far. This is between Fr0stbyte and Legion of the Octopope, for those of you watching who don't know. This is for Division 2 of the Gaelic Gaming League. Division 1 matches will be on this Sunday, I'm pretty sure. Maybe an admin can just double check me on that one on the chat. In which we will see games going down between our Division 1 teams. And those Division 1 teams are Team Fluke, Team Parabellum Gaming, NFH, Divergence, and Team Noob Gaming and Team Pseudocream. In fact, I have it up here. The next matches will be next Sunday. Sorry. They will be next Sunday, in fact. And they will start off with NFH playing off against Noob Gaming. Parabellum Gaming will then take on Divergence. Team Fluke will finish off the day against Team Pseudo Cream. There'll be good games to see. The matches last Sunday, I streamed 2 of the matches and then played in the 3rd one. Really good fun to watch those matches going out. These 6 teams, were really putting on a good show. Each one of those matches, for those of you watching who doesn't quite know, will be a best of 2. You can't have a best of 2, of course, if it goes 1-1, but what it does mean is that a 2-0 result in that match is a victory, and a 1-1 is a draw. And this is going over a series of 5 weeks, each 2 or 3 weeks apart, and at the end, they will seed each of those first 6 teams in place for a tournament being held at, I think it will be ArcadeCon 2014, not 100% sure on that, but there will be a convention in which those 6 teams are then seeded. Following that, the top 2 teams of Division 2 will join them in that tournament, in an 8-man tournament placement, to see who can, of course, claim the title of champion of Ireland and Northern Ireland and Gaelic Gaming League. So it's going to be really good fun.
Yeah. I wish I had something to contribute there, but you're the one with all the information on that.
Yeah, all the information for this can be found over on the Facebook group for This Is Irish League of Legends. Also, make sure you check out the Gaelic Gaming Facebook page. Go over, give it a little like, and get involved with all the stuff we've got going.
So, 15 minutes worth of pause, huh?
Yeah, it's good. By the way, for all those of you in chat, give us a shout, say hello to us on stream. Ask us a question. We're here. We do, of course, play the game ourselves extensively. We can answer any of your questions. Show some support. Say which team you're here to support, which one you think will win, which team comp you think is better, which player you think deserves the MVP of this match, and yeah, just get in contact with us. What is the meaning of life? Ronan, go home. Randy Lyon, why are you the... Oh look, Galdrax reconnected!
Oh, he actually... Is it a real reconnect, though? Like, he's reconnected 3 times before. He's broken our hearts in every single instance.
We might
so maybe he's back.
Finally have him back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let go, Jack. Am I going to regret turning on chat right now? Let's find out. Am I late? I like turtles. Right. Yep, chat being ever so educational as you'd really expect. Oh! 15 minutes later, the game will resume. My stream can finally stop staring at Omega Crab Legs getting that plus 15 gold from a CS.
Well, I'm sitting here, I'm top lane looking at Rogue Samurai and wondering why he has 2 CS more than the Shen who's going back. But finally we're back in the game.
Must just be CS missed. And things are on the way. Duking it out, Rogue Samurai very low, completely out of mana here. Sat on a happy 8, he can't cast anything with that. It looks like 7th Plague is just sat being... There we go, he's back in now. He's realised the game is back in. And back in the game is Galdrax. Just cleared out those wolves and he's now dandering down into the river. We might see a cheeky little gank coming out from him. But Gigas Leviathan is very well pushed back onto his tower. Looks like Galdrax going for a bit of counter jungling. Can't quite manage to pick any up because it's just been cleared. Lands a nice cocoon onto Gigas Leviathan. Chunk City right here. As Muffinsaurus Rex is looking at a gank in the top lane.
Yep. Well, I don't think he's going to be able to... Well, he might get a lot out, especially if Rogue Samurai keeps looking as low as he is. At the same time, Gooseman probably knows, like, Rogue's played aggressive so far, but he hasn't played aggressive on low HP. This may be a danger for me. At the same time, he is still pushing his... Oh, no, he's trying to balance the lane out because there's 2 sets of range creeps coming out from the back there. Galdrax spending a lot of time in mid. Just kind of hanging around there.
Right, just have to get the gank. And it's coming in top lane.
Yep. And Gamesman just backs out.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm Shen. I don't need to use Flash. I've got that taunt.
He was really ready for that, I think. I reckon he kind of smelled it with Rogue Samurai stepping that far forward on such little HP. He probably read the gank pretty well there, and so was able just to shadow dash as soon as the standard landed and before the Dragon Strike could come about, just knock him up. Well played. Good top lane knowledge there by Gaze.
It looks like Scenarios is trying to get a bit more poke going on Omega Crab Legs, but I don't think it's going to be anything lasting. Again, Doran's Blade plus 6% lifesteal is pretty heavy in terms of regaining from poke. I think Giga's Leviathan is kind of sitting at a little bit of a dangerous amount of HP, especially with Kennen about 60% to hitting 6. That's going to be pretty big. In like 4 or 5 creeps, he should hit it. And if the wave comes past mid, he can really commit very heavily. Omega Crableg's getting chunked on bot lane.
Oh!
Snipe! That snipe! That was barely charged.
Oh, that was incredible, that piercing arrow doing it. One thing that's important is there were Varus changes. It was a while back, but the Varus changes came in, which put all of the scaling damage away from his blighted blighted arrows onto that piercing arrow. And that just gives you the range. What we were talking about in Champion Selects, if you're not ready for it, the blighted quiver passive, he had 3 stacks on top of Omega Crablegs, and Awesome Saurus Rex charged the piercing arrow and just nailed it under tower. Omega Crablegs pinned himself into it's called a skill shot pinhole right there. And that was absolutely why, because it just landed with no deviation whatsoever and picked up that beautiful Blessed Blood. And that's another really early kill, first kill in the bot lane, 3rd game in a row going to Awesome Saurus Rex.
Yep. And this is possibly the biggest gold disparity we've noticed this early in the match. And now Awesome Saurus Rex wants to keep doing this damage, he wants to keep bringing the pain. But with the Janus Shield and the 90 caliber net, he's unfortunately come off worse in the trade, especially now because Omega Crablegs has Berserker Grease to go with him. Shen's finally gone back to base, decided to pick up a filthy Giant's Belt. 3 pots and 2 wards. He's going to be a massive nightmare now. I don't know if there's anything you can really do about a Shen with a Giant's Belt when he's in your lane.
It's going to be really hard for Rogue Samurai until he gets that Blade the Ruin King, but that is about 2,400 gold away. It's going to be very hard for him to pick that up. He will keep the bullying going. 2 Doran's items, both will make his laning a little bit easier, but he still has a very little chance of actually being able to pick up a kill here onto that Shen.
Bot lane in a bit of trouble here for Octopope. They don't have any vision of it. They're going really aggressive, and in comes Jarvan. Now, will they get a kill on Awesome Saurus Rex? Flash out of it, and in comes the Shen ulti. Oh, Karthus ulti also getting dropped, and does no damage to Omega Crablegs. All he needs is one. Oh, the Q, barely enough damage. But he does pick up the Lulu, and Omega Crablegs is super low. He needs to pick the correct path here. I think he may have made...
Oh.
Yeah, there was no getting out of that, to be honest. He did not have the movement speed. Jarvan has boots. And wait, no, he has Berserker Greaves. He should have had the ability to get out of there. I think 365 movement to 370. He should have been able to get out. Possibly him taking that moment to consider which way to go led to his demise. Unfortunate by that, but like, if he continued up towards mid lane, Karthus would have come down, and that would have been the kill on Karthus. Probably the jungler was the least offensive person he could have given that kill to. Varus managed to get by the skin of his teeth. Barely felt the Piltover Peacemaker grazing his back.
That was so close for the two of them. Gigas Leviathan really tried to put in his effort there. He got an assist for his troubles. Of course, the kill went over to Muffin-Saurus Rex onto Omega Crablegs, using that Dragon Strike's huge range just to finish off the kill there, whilst Omega Crablegs was on about 30 HP. But the 2 kills went over to Legion of the Octopope. They picked up that really early kill straight in onto Awesome Saurus Rex, and then we saw Galdrak diving onto Cenarius just to finally get that one. He repelled up, tried to decide between saving his AD carry, trying to peel off Muffin-Saurus Rex, but he went, nope, she's probably dead, I am going for the kill here, and actually finished off the kill, getting the 2-1 exchange confirmed.
So that was a very, very good decision on his part. Like, he knew there was no way that saving that AD carry is just not going to happen, so I'm going to put myself ahead. I'm going to bring my team with me. Interestingly enough, Rogue Samurai has gone for triple Doran start instead of getting the components for his Blade of the Ruin King. He may be going for the quick Doran's Rush after this now. Not Doran's Rush, sorry, Trinity Force Rush. Yeah, he's going in on Goose, man.
He's putting down a lot of damage. He has gone back and he's done it for, I think, it's certainly the 2nd game in the row. I'm not sure if it's the 3rd game in the row. He's picked up Berserker Greaves on a top laner again. He's really putting a lot of importance onto these auto attacks, and don't get me wrong, auto attacks are very important, even more so on a melee champion who is auto attack based, such as Irelia. But I don't know if Berserker Greaves is really the most important of it. Omega Crablegs, as the gank comes in, gets ulted again.
Oof. That 7th play goes in. What the hell? The knock her out of Cataclysm. I didn't know you could do that. but it doesn't matter because Muffin Rex picks up the kill anyway. The knock-up from Lulu managed to knock Janna out of Cataclysm.
Cataclysm showing to be very buggy there, but it didn't ultimately matter. The kill again went over to Muffin Rex, putting him at 2-0. And the bullying's not going to stop here. They're keeping the pressure onto a Mega Crab Legs. Galdrack's going to come in, give a Mega Crab Legs a bit of help. But, kill confirmed. Another great gank from Muffin Rex. The vision control from Fr0stbyte there proving to be really important. But what's important is,
Boom.
they're trying. Nothing's going to happen. What's important is we aren't seeing complete dominance here from Fr0stbyte. They're showing a very strong early game. They have that kill and gold advantage. Oh, so close. But it's not the same crushing start that they've shown for the past 2 games. This could be Legion of the Octopope actually giving them back some of that early sass.
Oh, he just pops the ulti. It does hit. Muffin Rex is down there. Galtrax probably looking for the kill, but there's no Cataclysm, and there is a Shen ulti. If Omega Crab Legs is gone in on a little bit too hard, he will be fine. Galtrax gonna back up. I feel that might have been a mistake. Piltover Peacemaker whiffs, unfortunate, but he was out of range. And gets the stun, but no follow-up from anyone.
Really
Shen, meanwhile,
close.
pushing top lane instead of trying to come to the bot. Probably a good call for him. I feel they could either try for a dragon now, and that looks exactly what they might be doing.
They have pushed bot lane, the duo of bot lane back, and it looks like Galdrack is going to have a cheeky little try at this. He is still on top of a ward, and Requiem is up. If Galdrack goes low enough, Galdrack could die here. Got to be really careful about what happens.
Well, there is still the Shen ulti. It might be a bait. So just sitting there with the Shen ulti, the Janna ulti is off cooldown in 30 seconds. Cannon ulti is up and running. He does have level 5 Shuriken toss. Good smite. In comes Muffin Rex, but he's looking possibly for a cat. Wow, he's getting dropped. Wastes the Cataclysm. And now they're just kind of hanging around going like, oh, these walls are very pretty.
He did try and go in for a 1v4. He went too late to get the smite steal off. Galdrack was, again, on point with his smite, just to make sure that it was picked up.
His flash still had a few seconds in it, so I guess he felt trying to secure them in place was worth it? Maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah.
Could have been an act of desperation, really, but ultimately, if he had gone so ham onto it, Stand United was still available, so he could have just dropped the Stand United onto Galdrack, and Galdrack would have survived there anyway. But
maybe he felt that burning Stand United would be worth his death. To be honest, it would open up possibilities for ganking bot lane again.
Yeah. But as I said earlier on, not a lot of action in mid lane. They're keeping very far apart from each other. The smacks back and forth coming in top lane. There is actually a huge CS lead now. Rogue Samurai with that sass, he's showing exactly what he's shown for the rest of this match, which is an advantage in his top lane capabilities, and he's got it in the CS. Again, as we see it now, they're just smacking it out, and there is a lot of pressure between these two junglers on the bot lane. Everything going exactly to plan. But
Muffin Rex is heading to top lane right now. There may be a big engage coming from him. Gaussman, obviously, he's tired of getting by this Rogue Samurai, and he wants to give some of that back. Rogue Samurai can use that to his advantage, or just go B.
He's got no mana. Can't do very much. But, yeah.
Ooh, at least might be catching out Carthus. Gets the stun off. Ken coming in. Lightning balls in. Force the flash.
Flash blown, that's worth. Like, no summoners for a flash. It's generally pretty good. But one thing that's really important here is that Legion of the Octopope, big chunks down from Mega Crab Legs, Legion of the Octopope are actually ahead. Now, they've been behind at this stage in the game for the past 2 games, and they managed to win one, lose one. But now, they are actually in the lead, riding on the back of the momentum of that last one game, and it's going to be interesting to see what can come here. Muffin Rex is coming into this top lane, get a lot of pressure on the Ghostman, but he's got that Sunfire kick, so he is very tanky.
Oh, good flash out of him. Cataclysm, and then just the taunt away. Doesn't give a good goddamn.
Yeah, manages to
really
escape.
Hard to kill a Shen.
Solid play, of course, by Ghostman. These two top laners showing amazing competence here. Like, neither one of them is buckling to the other one. They're doing really well.
He's obviously got the teleport because Rogue Samurai has been, for the last 2 games, a really, really good split pusher. Even though he doesn't have a split push hero currently, he has picked a hero who can push lanes pretty effectively, who can pressure towers pretty effectively. So the ability to just teleport back in and be like, no more split push, is very, very key. It also means that his split push is now reliant on two spell cooldowns rather than just a single spell cooldown. So he can just go straight back to split pushing if they win a fight really, really hard, which can lead to 2 towers going down instead of just 1. Galtrak gets the stun off on Serenius, and in comes the ultis, and out goes Serenius. He's got to survive this on very low HP. It looks like the Chaos Assaulting.
Ooh.
But the Shen ulti comes in. Bit of a waste. Oh, flash repel. Very, very well done from Galtrak there. Omega Crablegs kind of low HP. He's...
Oh!
Nobody tanked that damage for him, so he took the full brunt of a fully charged level 5.
Crablegs, you stay too long, my friend. He just keeps getting caught out by this. And it looks like now we could have a 5-man tower dive coming in. Galdrick lands the cocoon.
Gets the cocoon. He's going to go down to this definitely. In comes Invictus, blows his flash, and that is double kill.
Wow.
That's big. No card this ulti, and the creep wave should be coming to tower soon, which means they are going to take this bot tower and they are going to push Frostbite out of their comfort zone.
Wow! Huge turn of events here. Octopope are taking the early game, which is everything that they needed to do in this match to make sure they can consolidate it. And they are guessing it right now. They're 1,000 gold in the lead, 2 kills up, and the kills are in some really good places. Sadly, Crablegs is 1 and 3, so that's not ideal for them. But he has finished that Bloodthirster and the boots. He will be okay. And exactly what we said has happened the whole time. Avinius and Gigaseviathan not going to really smack things up between the two of them. There's a CS difference that's minimal. But it's the roam, and when we get those big 3v3, 4v4, 5v5s, or 5v4s as it was there coming out, and that's what Avinius did. He arrived late to the party, but he arrived in time to get himself a double kill, and that is now an advantage to him.
Omega Crablegs massively out of position here. 3 people coming in at him. He gets slowed, but then he just flashes and 90 caliber nets his way to safety. Takes the tower. So that's a lot of control for bot lane right now. There's obviously no wards up for them, as you can see from the minimap on the Dragon Pit. But they did take Dragon, so they have the timer. So that's kind of key for them, and they will be able to make good use of that to try to get the next one in about a minute. Especially now that bot lane has no tower to defend through. Like, if things go south at the Dragon Pit, they have to retreat to mid, which is warded off. So it looks like Rogue Samurai might be going back to pick something interesting up. He's probably going to go and try to complete Sheen.
Yeah,
Why is it Omega Crablegs can dodge the Virus Q when it goes through minions, but not when it goes for him solo?
It's just,
really
it seems to be just when he's low on health, he gets behind his teammates with a gap still there and thinks he's safe, but you are never safe, my friend. The reach is huge. It will and has caught you out twice, and that's just the way it's going to be.
Galdrick goes for a gank top, but there's no one there to gank, so he may just help out Ghostman and push the lane forward here. It would be useful to try and take a little bit more damage on this top tower. Currently, Shen's tower is only sitting at 700 HP, while Aurelia's has almost 2,000. Big fight going on down bot lane. Awesome Sword Strike, slightly out of position. Seth Plague decides that discretion is the better part of valor and flashes his ass out of there. The 2 stacks on Blight. Huge damage. It's only a level 1 Blight as well, but that's still a lot of damage if you don't have... And he has a lot of MR. That is a 72 MR Janna, and she's still taking so much damage. Oh, Omega Crablegs and 7th Plague super low right now. Varus has, I think, 1 more Q in him in terms of mana. He just barely has it now. Will he go for the sniper shot blind into the dark?
I don't reckon.
No. Nobody ever goes for the blind shots except me. And then I waste my mana and everyone yells at me, and then every so often I get the kill. I'm like, see, I'm not a good player. Except that makes me the worst kind of person.
Really good map control coming out here from Frostbite. They've realised that Galdrak was just doing a hard push in top lane. Well repelled by Rogue Samurai, but what's important is that they've gone for this dragon. Ooh. Galdrak has however backed in time, and now he's going in on Muffinsaurus Rex.
Oh, Muffinsaurus Rex super low HP. Doesn't get the pull over, he does get the knock up, but you don't want to stand around low HP next to an Elise. Especially now that the smite's down. I didn't know he already had a Zhonya's finished. Really good smite coming out of Galtrak there. I guess he continues Zhonya's extremely core. It looks like Galtrak might be trying to get the kill here on Cenarius. Cenarius uses his exhaust, but leaves a clear path open for the cocoon, which is just off cooldown now, unfortunately, because it's only level 1, so super long cooldown on that. And it looks like they may just be taking the double golems and leaving it at that.
Still an advantage, 1 kill and 1 dragon going over there to Octopope. It looked like Muffinsaurus Rex he was up a creek without a paddle, really. A bit caught out, and he was trying desperately to make things happen for his team.
Oh my.
Things weren't quite happening at all.
Pro AD carry CS here on Aurelia. 180 creeps in
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
That's pretty good right there.
That's really good. She is sitting on 6,000 gold with no kills, deaths, or assists.
It's always good.
That's
The
respectable.
2 tower advantage really helping out there. There's the 2 long lanes towers, outer towers have fallen now. And it's proving to help out just that little bit. We do have to bear in mind here, Irelia is not being shut down. She will get that Trinity Force fairly shortish. She can go back right now, and that's what she's going to do. We can see a Trinity Force being completed in about 5, 4, 3, 2, well, even faster than I said. It was just done right then.
Alright, looks like this is going to be
that's going to be painful.
It's going to be an interesting fight coming out in mid lane. I think they're either going to let the mid tower drop, it's only got 1,000 something health left, or they're going to try for a 4v3, which will turn into a 4v4, 4v5 with Shen Elise coming into the fight. Obviously, they feel like since bot tower is dropped now, there's no reason to stay down there. Let the creeps come up to a more reasonable range. Let me just go to a more reasonable range even. And it looks like they might be trying to drop this tower. Jesus, way too much soda. Big disengage there. Even though it looked like Omega Crablegs might have been a little bit out of position. 90 caliber nets his ass back out. No one caught with the cocoon. Galtrak kind of lining himself up for a Cataclysm or an EQ combo Jarvan, but not willing to waste it on this tanky Elise. She has got Locket, she has got Spirit of the Ancient Golem. Octopope gets caught out with the stun. In comes the Cataclysm, hits 2. It's not the 2 core targets, but it is the Omega Crablegs. There goes the blowback from Janna. Omega Crablegs is getting the Shen ulti, has got the shield on him. He is Leviathan, trying to die in the middle of him. Galtrak gonna go down as well. In comes the Cardis ulti straight away. Boom. And Gaius Man, super low HP. Down goes Caitlyn. Down goes... Who else? Oh, Kennen is super low, trying to siphoning himself off down there. Rogue Samurai running around with 2 stacks of stun on him, but not going to get the 3rd one off. It looks like Gaius Man may be okay. Oh, Phineas almost fell down to the Omega Crablegs trap there. So that was a 3 for 2. And it was the Jarvan Karthus that went down. In fairness, those are the 2 targets that Frostbite are perfectly okay to lose. They do not mind if their Karthus dies in the fight, because, you know, that's 8 seconds of uninterrupted spell casting. And they don't really mind if Jarvan dies. He is their initiator, he is their tank. So that's kind of his duty, is to die for the team.
Overall, though, team fight in favour of Frostbite. They are definitely not out of this yet. And that's what they've done right now with that tower take and the 3 for 2 team fight in their advantage. The gold difference now is 200 gold between these 2 teams, and that's going to even up pretty much instantly now. There's a strong push in the bot lane, which is just going to get cleared out by Mega Crablegs and 7th Plague. But this game now is so close. Got to point out there, really well played by Frostbite in that team fight. Obviously, because the aggression was coming down out of Muthansaurus Rex, this channel was used defensively. Everything was to try and peel for the backline, and so Awesome Saurus Rex was untouched. Another pause.
It's going to last 15 minutes as well. What happens when you run out of pause?
I have no idea. I think it just closes 2 seconds. There we go. Rogue Samurai just
His kettle's finally boiled.
He decided to go for a cup of tea right there. Yeah, so Awesome Saurus Rex was completely untouched in the backline. He picked up a really sweet kill onto Galdrak. Galdrak was scuttling away for dear life, and the piercing arrow went 3 for 3 on the clutch kills right there, and just cleaned him off on the side. He had a good few stacks of that Blighted Quiver on him. And the pressure went down. Well, as we're into the sports, it is game 3 at the moment between Frostbite and Legion of the Octopope. It is 1-1, and we've had an amazing match coming out. This game right here is no different. So close between these 2 teams. Incredible team fights coming out right now. Amazing laning, and it's just anything can happen right now. Look at the farm as we go down. The only difference is in top lane, which is a 30 CS difference, but there are still 6 assists on that Shen. The gold difference is 400 gold, which will come down to being that 1 kill over on Irelia. And that CS. It's just so incredibly close right now. The rest of the CS, there is an 8 CS difference in the jungle, 8 CS in the mid lane, 5 CS difference in the AD carries, and even the supports have got some. There is a 1 CS difference there. This game is so close.
Yeah, it really could go either way, but I feel that the wombo combo kind of combination that exists in Frostbite right now, with that Aurelia as kind of the weird sticking out point, is really, really core. Like Aurelia being able to just be there, be tanky, and ignore CC is so big for her, and the fact that she finished Trinity Force just before that fight happened was so huge. Mid tower going down with nothing to answer for it simply because everything is on C8. Actually, Cataclysm is back up. Karthus ult obviously on CD because it's like a 3-minute cooldown. And Shen has Stand Unite up in 11 seconds. I feel they might have been able to contest that 4v4, especially with the Varus there. Ooh, Omega Crab Legs, fully charged Q, right to the face, 500 damage.
They were just not risking the Stand United and the teleport coming into effect right there. And of course, Caitlyn is such a pain for sieging. She is great with those traps and the long range for sieging against somebody, and of course for defending against a siege with the Piltover Peacemaker for wave clear. Just such a crucial component if you want to go for that siege comp. But it was just another tower. It's 3 for 3 on towers, 2-0 on Dragonstone in favour of Legion of the Octopope, and 9 kills to 7. So we're seeing a 1,000 gold difference right now. So close, right? Like at this moment in time between these two teams. The next explosion, I reckon, of action that's going to happen is going to be around this dragon. We're seeing Rogue Samurai go back now. Going to pick up that Bilgewater Cutlass just for the slow, a bit more lifesteal, a bit more damage. And we'll probably see him hiking up mid lane. Nope, he's just going to go up top and keep pushing. But the fight right now will be between Dragon.
No, he's swinging to mid lane. They gotta get that Dragon. They
change
gotta get
directions.
Fight. Yep.
Gotta make sure this fight can come out. Now, they won the last team fight because they had the engage off of Muffinsaurus Rex. Really strong pressure came out. I'm interested to see what will happen with this one.
Remember that his engage isn't just limited to EQ Cataclysm, though. He does have a flash. If he's feeling properly man mode, he will flash EQ and catch them out, or force them to burn their flash. Because Jarvan missing his flash, not such a huge deal, especially when you have mobility boots. Because EQ gives you such range, gives you such distance. Okay, Dragon's up. Rogue Samurai's going for it. The entire Legion of the Octopope has vision on it with that pink ward. Uh-oh, Galtrak may have given the game away slightly by coming forward to that distance, but everyone else is getting revealed by the... Everyone else got revealed and then got slammed on. In goes a massive-sized Jarvan. Seventh Plague tries to give some support to his team, but Rogue Samurai is just forcing down Galtrak. Ooh, Galtrak went straight into Muffinsaurus Rex. Down goes Galtrak to Rogue Samurai. Muffinsaurus Rex super low. Karthus goes down, doesn't really care. Is going to pop the ulti, probably going to get Omega Crab Legs. Gets the Omega Crab Legs, doesn't get the Janna, but Gaius Man just a little bit out of position, gotta go down here. Oh my god, he's still alive.
Can he make it out?
I don't think he can. Oh my god, the knockup. Give him the shield. Give him, give him the shield! No, Janna! No, he didn't have shield. And Rogue Samurai is just making a beeline for Janna. He just doesn't give a good goddamn. But now he's in a little bit of trouble because he's caught behind the creep wave and a tower. And, I don't think he thought this plan all the way through. Oh no, his team is going to come up and try to take the next tower down. Then maybe he can get his aviator ass out of there.
Run, Samurai, run! Well, that came out as being
Galtrak's here,
3 or a 4 for 0 there in favour of Frostbite. Again, really good team fights off the back of Muffinsaurus Rex, making some really sweet calls. Went in, and Scenarios was just able to hugify him, make him absolutely huge. The dragon wasn't actually taken, as we see these two teams right now collapsing back down, except for Gigas Leviathan, who's going top to deal with a huge wave. Him showing might just be all the Octopope need to actually pick up this dragon and keep this game as close as it can humanly be right now, with barely any gold between the two teams. Smite
Wait,
OP.
Janna got it?
They didn't even smite. Either way, the gold now, 300 gold between these two teams. It is so incredibly close. Team fights are going in advantage right now, in favour of Frostbite, and we can see it. Rogue Samurai 3-0-3. Probably gonna go back with that gold right now. Not quite enough to pick up a Blade of the Ruin King. Maybe Rogue Samurai farms out this massive wave and bot, and sells a couple of Doran's items. We can see the blade being completed. But still, that's a very big Irelia.
Like, she's such a troublesome character right now. She just gets to the back line and just completely decimates whoever's there. Or, as we saw in that last fight, she stood on top of Awesome Source Rex and did not let Galtrak have free reign on him. She peeled extraordinarily well, and at the same time, Karthus was standing in the front line with the Jarvan next to the Cataclysm, doing as much damage as he possibly could. He got Omega Crab Legs with the ulti, he lowered Janna super low, brought her out of the fight as far as he could, and brought Shen low enough that the pressure coming out of J4 managed to bring him down in the end.
Really good
And then
frontline,
it really
backline
is.
strategy there between the two of them. Also, Canarius playing a fantastic Lulu here, just peeling so well for Awesome Rex, along with the help there from Rogue Samurai. And then we saw Rogue Samurai making essentially half a map's distance, diving deep into the enemy base and praying that his team could follow up as soon as possible.
Ooh. Blade the Rune King, he's going in. Is he going to be able... Oh, gets the stun? Oh, he was tanking creep damage on the way in. He still has the active, pops the active. Gausman may be in trouble here, and there may also be a fight breaking out in mid. Oh my god, Gausman has no answer to Rogue Samurai right now. He's just staying on him with that Phage passive, the new one that's just insane. Ooh, Gausman gets slowed. Is he going to dive the tower? No, but like Gausman got out at about 40 HP there.
40%.
HP even. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, not 40. That'd be insane. But it's a 2v4 situation in the mid lane. Cataclysm? Oh, amazing tornado! Even though he's now exposed.
So close everywhere right now. They decide to peel off in the top lane and leave Rogue Samurai alone because of the pressure that's coming down in this mid lane. They also can't really risk getting out rotated right now. If Rogue Samurai and the rest of Fr0stbyte had correctly come around and caught out Galdrak and Avinius, that would have been an inhibitor or a Baron being lost. One thing that's important right now, these two teams are sparing nothing. Look at the wards on the map. This is really just showing right now that they are so scared of anything happening that they are not ready for. And that's why these two teams are so close right now, because of the huge littering of wards all over the place. Pink ward's coming down, just trying to maintain control around that Baron area, but also the jungle control. Fr0stbyte being just a little bit on the back foot right there. In general map pressure, so the wards are more in their jungle oriented, just stopping Octopope from coming and pushing through. Whereas on the other hand, Octopope really getting aggressive wards, which is interesting considering how Fr0stbyte have got the team fights.
Seventh Plague caught out of position there slightly, has to blow ulti to save himself.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Man.
And the over the wall smite.
He landed it, the ward was there, and so Jarvan just cheekily went, thanks for starting the blue buff, I'll be having that for now. Means going to be more flag and drags coming out. Rogue Samurai, oh, the tornado, and he's going on.
Oh, in with the Cataclysm, gets the back line. Omega Crableg super low right now. Cannon pops his ulti, goes into Zonia mode. And then Jarvan flashes out, even with the Lulu buff still on him. He gets Leviathan. Popped his ulti while in body form, and thus it didn't go off because he died during the channel. And is now left doing E's and Q's to try to make up the damage, but it's just not going to be enough. Awesome Source Rex with his Guardian Angel. Oh, Vidius with an amazing flash there at the last second. Rogue Samurai gets stunned.
Oh!
Super low HP. Was that man buff or something? No, it was another shot coming in after the Q. Oh god, Rogue
This
Samurai
is the
out of
turn!
In he goes. That's another slow. There's another Q. And there's another Q. Oh god, he's farming these champions like they're minions. This is a slaughter. Oh, last kill for himself.
Piercing arrow doing its job right there. Awesome Saurus Rex just held it up. But what was crucial there was the fight kicked off when Awesome Saurus Rex wasn't there. And so we saw Octopope taking a really early advantage. They took down Muffin-Saurus Rex like he was paper, shredded straight through him. Gigas Leviathan got a little bit trigger happy and pressed R while still alive. So I don't actually think that the ultimate landed. So close, but then Awesome Saurus Rex arrived, and he's a Varus.
Yep.
With that Legolas build, the Bloodthirster and the Last Whisper with the Guardian's Angel recently completed meant that there was no focus that could have done anything to him. Even if the focus was already gone, all of the big cooldowns, the ult from Avinius, Omega Crab's legs ult as well, had all gone down. Seventh Plague didn't even have the Monsoon from trying to save that blue buff. And so when he arrived, it was like, oh look, there's a load of damage, and Rogue Samurai's still alive, so we're going to kill you. And they aced him. There's just crab legs DCing there.
I think he was DC'd after the fight ended. Like he did E himself out of the Cataclysm. And I can't remember what he went down to. I think he went down to Irelia getting a Q on him. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because Irelia executed Janna and Omega Crab Legs at the same time by going QQ.
Really great play there from Fr0stbyte. So, this is just showing right now that anything can happen in these games. Octopope had such a safe and secure lead right at the start of this game. And right now, Fr0stbyte, it's that Irelia, 6-0-4, 270 farm right now, and she is massive. Trinity Force, Blade the Ruin King, let's have a look, 2,000 gold, that's going to go back and probably will become a Warden's Mail and a Giant's Belt, building into a Randowin's, probably. Anything could happen right there, though. We've already seen that Rogue Samurai is a bit of a sassy top laner. So,
my guess might be... Like, he's got a decent bit of armor, and a lot of their damage is kind of magic. I just wouldn't be surprised if we saw Spirit's Visage. It makes Aurelia a lot tankier, because her passive lifesteal, the lifesteal off the Blade of the Ruin King, they both get augmented by it. It gives her a lot of MR, it reduces her cooldowns, which is nice for her W. It means that its uptime is way, way longer. It's like an extra... It's generally like a 50% uptime, so you push that towards 60% or something, which is really nice. Also lowers the cooldown on her E, which is the Equilibrium Strike, the stun/slow for 2 seconds. One interesting thing about his skill build was that he left taking E off until the last, he left maxing E until the last skill. Now, when I play Aurelia, I don't do that. I always I have to put 1 point in Q, 1 point in W, 1 point in E, max W, max E, max Q.
yeah.
Take ulti whenever. Because the stun/slow is doubled in length over those 5 points. Plus the damage is increased significantly, so it makes you have that little bit of extra burst to turn the tide. But his Q probably meant that he had way more comfortable farm time, which is interesting. It looks like Lulu's just trying to ward Baron, and it's just... Has someone told Lulu that the game's back on? Because he's just sitting there.
It looks like Lulu went to boil the castle, and has only just realised that things are back in play right now. Rogue Samurai, an absolute beast right now, shoving up that minion wave so fast. I'm quite afraid for what's going to happen if they don't shut down Rogue Samurai right now. We might see a pentakill coming out. Be interesting to see. But
he shows up to the fight at the very, very end and just goes Q, 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 Q.
Pentakill! We'll see what happens.
Yep.
But there's still, the game is incredibly close. 4 kills between them, 2 towers and 4,000 gold. Slight advantage going over to Fr0stbyte right now at 35 minutes into the game. There is, however, an inhibitor down. So, the map pressure is going to come out and it's going to be pretty big as we see the two teams doing what they did 6 minutes ago and now mustering for a dragon.
I feel that the division right now does not reveal anyone except... alright, now they're all in the presence. Looks like there's not going to be a contested smite on this, and smite isn't going to get used. Is Cataclysm going to come out? That is the big question. In comes Cataclysm, but Muffinsaurus Rex goes down straight away. Karthus is at the far end of the fight, so he doesn't even get a chance to use it. In comes Avidius, in comes the stuns. It looks like Rogue Samurai is too busy trying to take down everyone else at the back line, but he's doing it solo, so he does not have the damage for it. In comes the ulti, in comes the repel. Oh, amazing Q to get out right there. Everyone's focus is just turned onto Rogue Samurai. He's using the Q to the best effect possible, trying to get himself out. I feel his focus was a little bit off in that fight. They did get the cannon in the end, but that's only because he was standing in the middle of 3 during that fight. Admittedly, Rogue Samurai's idea was perfect. Go straight in, try to get the AD carry. But what happened was Omega Crablegs was watching for that, popped his ulti the very second that Rogue Samurai popped his Q, and did an immediate taunt.
Really
so
well played.
Yeah.
And of course, what was quite important in there is that Gausman was able to fully channel his ult. The Shen kept Omega Crablegs alive in the backline whilst Rogue Samurai was diving, and there was nothing that could have disrupted him. There were no abilities that could have possibly disrupted him. Awesomesaurus Rex's ult had already gone down. Muffinsaurus Rex got obliterated while he was diving. And Canarius' ult was already used on Awesomesaurus Rex just to keep him alive from that dive from Avinius' cannon. So there was nothing that could have stopped him, and the protection was absolute. It became a 1-for-1 with the dragon going over to Fr0stbyte. But what's important is that Octopope are now, they've gone from losing the fights absolutely, and there's someone in it, but this is a 4v5!
And there's another Cataclysm up, so will Jarvan burn it to keep Omega Crablegs in this backline? Shen gets over the wall, he's super low HP, Muffinsaurus Rex really low HP, doesn't feel like burning his Cataclysm today. Leviathan is standing in the middle of this fight, he does not want to let anyone get away from him. Galtrek dropping like a rock to Awesome Source Rex. Rogue Samurai, meanwhile, is keeping Evitigus on the back foot. Gooseman comes in with the taunts. Rogue Samurai taking a lot of damage, but not enough. Huge damage coming out of that Q. Rogue Samurai feeling pretty sassy right now, wants to get back in, decides that discretion is the better part of valor and gets out. Meanwhile, Karthus pushed hard, and no one died.
Waited way too long right there. Gigas Leviathan had such a window. Avinius was so low, but Avinius knew, hold on, he's going to throw his hands up in the air sometime and say, hey, yo, let's get some kills, oh. But it didn't work, because Avinius ran straight back to Fountain. He was like, that piercing arrow, it's put me so low, and I know what's going to happen, run. Didn't die, but the pressure is still there. Galdrak died from being caught out in a 4v5, and the Baron control of that Karthus ripped it to pieces, along with the Blade of the Rune King on Rogue Samurai, and the very fed Awesome Saurus Rex right now. There's a Baron buff in favour of Frostbite. Game's so close, but these little edges and advances are starting to bring it up. It is now nearly a 6,000 gold lead in favour of Frostbite. And the game is drawing out.
Also, I totally called it Spirit Visage.
Absolutely, you did call that.
I can totally get behind this Rogue Samurai. He is being properly sassy. He's staying tanky. He's staying in these fights a lot longer with that. You notice that it was like Elise's percentage damage and Kennon's magical shurikens that were doing a lot of damage to him. So he's like, okay, I just got to get better healing now off my W. That's fine. Also, Blade of the Rune King. Ha! I wonder, does that amplify the percentage heal you get off Blade of the Rune King as well?
Yes.
Oh my. Just use that on Shen and you'll be perfectly happy. Well, it gets blocked by Amara. So maybe use it on the Elise. She only has 100. Shen meanwhile is sitting on 130. I feel piercing the mid lane is what Frostbite needs to do right now. Would you agree with that? They just need to go for that inhibitor and steamroll.
They need to make sure it's there. They've got the Baron advantage, so they ultimately they're going to win a fight. Awesome Saurus Rex's Guardian Angel has never been popped in this whole fight. He's had it for about 20 minutes now, maybe 15, but it's not been taken down. What we're going to see is Canarius coming in, joining the fight. He's just gone back to pick up, I think, another Oracle's there. Let's have a little look at this Yodel. Well, no, just finishing off his Mikhail's Crucible. And so we're going to see that push coming in. There'll be a lot more peel onto Awesome Saurus Rex. And Mikhail's will, in essence, either negate a Cocoon, a Shadow Dash, or the stun of the Vinius' ult. And so that'll keep Awesome Saurus Rex even more alive. Even more alive. That was a silly one.
Rogue Samurai.
Oh, Rogue just so deep. So sassy, so deep. Such dog, so wow.
Well, he's sitting on 3,200 health. He has almost 100 armor, 125 MR. He's got Berserker Greaves on an Aurelia, which no one ever does, but he feels that his natural tenacity is just about enough that he needs. Awesome Saurus Rex looking for the pick-off here. His team is 5 in there. Shen is in top lane, Janna is in top lane as well. That could be a bit of a mistake. Rogue Samurai going in, finds Galtrek, gets Cocoon for his troubles. Awesome Saurus Rex EQs in, dodges the tornado, uses his slow, thinks his discretion is the better power of valor, and decides not to burn Cataclysm until his team are there this time.
The flash is now gone on Omega Crablegs, though. He had to flash and net away from that. This could be something big. They're just going to have to let it go.
Yep. Free tower going down, and in comes another EQ, but with no ulti to follow it up. They might be waiting on Shen, just to see if they can trap him in as well, but as we saw before, you can't really trap Shen in that. Another Q going down, and a pause!
Yay! More pauses! I think this is possibly the longest pause we've seen going out in a Gaelic gaming game ever. 20 minutes worth of pause.
20 minutes worth of pausing. This is amazing.
It's half the game time. This is nearly an hour-long game. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sticking with us. This match did start at 20-9. You've been fantastic so far in watching this. It is going right down to the wire. This match is in fact turning out to be longer than the World Finals themselves. And it's certainly been a very exciting run of play. We've been enjoying it immensely. And now the game is back in. The inhibitor's down. Yep. Will the fight break out?
Awesome Saurus Rex a little bit out of position there, but he doesn't pay for it at all. Flash Taunt may have caught him out, but it's not worth it to burn a GA and lose 5 of your own teammates. It looks like they might be going for this bot tower. I feel that Octopope need to be cautious defending this. If they try to defend it, they may lose their mid towers. The top tower may be pressured as well.
Well, the top tower's got a big enough wave right now. It's just going to be a standoff. Baron buff, it's going to run out in a minute or so, so it'll just be up to Octopope. They might be able to catch someone out here underneath the tower, get the tower down to damage in their advantage. And the wave's pushing in.
Rogue Samurai looking to just tank everything for his team. They're gonna take this tower.
That Cataclysm.
In goes Buffalosaurus Rex. No Cataclysm. There's the Cataclysm. And it's caught everyone except the Janna, but they don't really care about that. Down goes Caitlyn. Down goes the Shen in a second. Yeah, down he goes. Viticus goes down as well. And Rogue Samurai is out for blood, takes out the Janna, is on Galtrack, like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm. And in comes Morphosaurus Rex to try to get the assist, and tank maybe 1 or 2 tower shots for him. But Galtrack a little bit too tanky, gotta cocoon himself back, gonna be fine. They're probably gonna take both towers in this. I cannot see even a full HP at least being able to do anything about this. Rogue Samurai, now that he's lower HP than Galtrack, gets a 2-second stun. That's real fun. And in comes the Karthus ulti.
Oh!
And
Rogue Samurai let up and died, but
someone brought down the beast, but it was only the fountain turret.
woo!
Well
This is
played to both teams. Well played to both teams. That was amazing.
This is that was, I don't even know. I am completely drained. That was so well played throughout. Of course, GG well played to both teams. Congratulations to Fr0stbyte and commiserations to Legion of the Octopope. But the crucial thing was that the tower went down there, and what happened when the tower went down was that 4 members of Legion of the Octopope were stood up. So that's why I called the Cataclysm, and Muffinsaurus Rex stuck to my word and went for it. Dunked 4 of them. Awesomesaurus Rex was then allowed to land his ult, and just, it wrapped every single member of them up. Kennen was the only one going for the backline, and he even overextended. He went, let's go for Awesomesaurus Rex, and realised, there's only one person here. What do I do? Guys? And died. So, it ultimately, GG, well played, going over to Fr0stbyte right there.
Mm-hmm. Was an amazing set of games.
Was.
Rogue Samurai showing, well, definitely showing me up. I don't know if he showed you up at all, but with my call of being like, why would you pick Aurelia when there's so many other champions available?
Absolutely.
And then he stomps through 315 CS, outstripping the Karthus by 14 CS.
Absolutely, and the damage dealt, he is right up there. We were both, as soon as we were like, whoa, Kassadin's open, Corgi's open, these massive top tier picks, and he goes, Aurelia. And the sassy Shen is now on an indomitable Aurelia. That was absolutely incredible. It was great to watch.
Yep.
Well,
he didn't quite stomp in his lane. He had a little bit of struggle in his lane. He went with the triple door and start into Berserker's Greaves, which at the time I called questionable, but it definitely paid off. It let him get so much CS, it let him get such comfortable farm, and he was just so safe for so long that he could just roll on, get his 2 core items, then get tanky, and then be unstoppable.
Absolutely.
Just such good play from him.
GG, well played, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to have to call that there. It's bedtime, in essence. For
No,
quite
3
a
of 5,
few people.
thank you very much. Just gonna hang up on
That was it. That was a 2-1 to Fr0stbyte. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. The next games will be announced within the next couple of days for any Division 2 games that are being streamed here for Gaelic Gaming. The next Division 1 matches will be on October the 27th. That is not this Sunday, the Sunday following. And they will involve all of the Division 1 teams: Noob Gaming, Parabellum Gaming, Team Fluke, NFH, Divergence, and Team Pseudo Cream, going at it again in best of 2s. Tune in then for some more amazing games. In the meantime, I have been Hafgezz.
And I've been Voa.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.